my Mira 22-liter backpack, women's backpack. It's got a hydro flap, which is what most people know, like a camelback. It's attached to a little compartment for it inside. And then it goes attached and on the strap. I've never used this before, so this is like a first for me. I saw a video where somebody was biting on it and she put like a hole in it. So I don't know, maybe she was just like hungry or something. But I think if you press it to the top of your mouth, it kind of squeezes out without, I mean, I guess you could bite it, but I'm afraid I might be like that girl like 9 and make a hole in it and then that'd be leaking the whole time. So anyways, so this is really cool because it gives you back support and it helps with like the sweaty back. So they say. So all of these things that I'm going to show you are just things that I watch videos and videos and videos. The price points aren't always where I'd like them to be, but I did this planning in such short notice that I kind of just went what was tried and tested, or at least what looked to me that I could probably use and feel comfortable using. So for the first time ever, I just kind of went to the store and just said, okay, well, this is a product that, you know, is reviewed very well. And I bought it. So I'm really lucky and fortunate, but probably not the most ideal situation. You probably could save a couple extra bucks by kind of shopping around a little bit more and maybe finding dupes to like name brands. But on this one, I did notice that this is pretty much tried and tested, this Osprey 22-liter backpack. I just added a couple tags. So this is a little tag from my daughter that she drew, and we made it into a bag tag, so I have that here. And then I have my little Puerto Rico flag. So this is also has little a hip strap, and so there's 2 zipped bags here. You can put odds and ends. Originally I was going to put like my asthma pump, but then I ended up getting a fanny pack, which I'll show you as well. But I was trying to keep it to one backpack for 14 to 16 days. So I managed to do it, but then I just added a little fanny pack just to make sure that my travel documents and anything like my wallet, my money is always on me at all times, and that I can sleep with it under my pillow and under my backpack. So that's what that is. It's got some good room, but it's a little narrow. But I guess I just have to get used to this backpacking experience. So I had to be very creative in all my packing. So there's also a little pouch out here, which I do end up using really well for like my raincoat and any things that I have to add on layering for weather-wise on the outside. And speaking of weather, this is really cool. So it has, a lot of people talk about like getting a poncho or some type of cover. Well, this particular backpack comes and it's attached, which I like, so I don't lose it. It comes with its own kind of weatherproof little rain cover, and it just slips right on top. I ended up using it today from the Oviedo station or airport in Asturias to the bus, the Asla bus. It was raining, so I put it on and it worked really well, so I didn't have any problems. So that's that. Things that I had at home as far as like hats for, again, weather protection, sun protection. I'm going in the beginning of the spring, so it's the end of winter, so there's going to be sunny days and then there's going to be rainy days, so it's a little between. I had purchased this before for my trips as a flight attendant, and it's just a hat. It says Shin Chic. I mean, I don't know. It's like a generic brand on Amazon. So you open it up, and so it folds up into a little pouch that can hang. So you unfold it, and here's the hat. Do like this. I like this. These are detachable, so you can take them out. And supposedly it is got SPF in there as well. It's got a drawstring to kind of like squeeze it onto your head, so you can either use that or strap this on. So I like this little sun protection, and it's compact, and a little rain protection because I think it's water repellent if I'm not mistaken. So that was one of the things I packed. I have just a regular plain old cotton headband that I always wear when at nighttime, because this is all natural. When I do my face creams and just relax in my hotel or wherever I sleep that night. But that's usually what I have always in my bag, is a headband and a clip. For the hike, I thought maybe like a fleece band, because if it's cold, and maybe if I don't want to wear the hat at the moment. So I have this fleece band. I got this on sale, so that was nice. So it is a name brand, the Cotopaxi. I'm not even sure if I named that right, but I did get it on sale, and it kind of set the tone for my colors, because I do love teal. Probably I love it too much, because I think there's a little too much of it. But I did happen to get this on sale, and then I happened to get a hat that also matched. So this is also a fleece hat. My head's really small, so it kind of swallows it up. So that's the my hats that are not attached to my jackets. So I really like that. And I kept reading everywhere, merino wool, merino wool, merino wool. For some people it works, for some people it doesn't. I think for me, I do like it. I have some merino slip-on shoes that I travel with that I absolutely love. And it's true, like there's like odor protection. I really never had sticky feet, but it does kind of guard against that. So I initially had these fleece gloves from Cotopaxi that actually matched the hat. But they were too small, and I couldn't find them on sale, and I didn't want to pay $40 for a pair of gloves. So I ordered these. Again, these were about $22 on Amazon, and they're from what's called Wool. And they're just wool, and then they have like the little little pads that you can go ahead and use your iPhone. So I've never tried these before, so I'm going to try them. Merino wool, so I thought I'd give that a try. Another kind of accessory against the elements is a buff, which is short for bufanda. And I didn't know that this was like a big thing that was manufactured in Barcelona, so it's in Spain. So I guess hikers use buffs, but they're originally from Spain. Who knew? So this goes around your neck. It can go over your head. It's kind of just a guard against the elements. And then they come in different levels of warmth. So this one is a merino wool, I think, and if I'm not mistaken, it like is between like the cool weather, so it's not for freezing temperatures, but it's also not for like super warm. It's kind of for cool weather. That's what the label said. So I like this, and it washes really well. Just kind of the same wool detergent, and then hangs dry. So you can use it a whole bunch of different ways. I went to the hiking store, REI, and like I said, I kind of just went all in. So I have a couple Matador products. This is one of them. It is the Put Yourself Out There Matador. It is a little small blanket. I'm going to try to take this out, and then I'm going to try to put it back in later. But for right now, I'm going to show it to you. So it's got a little clip to the bag, and you open it up. And so I decided this has a couple multi-functions. This could be used like if I want to take a break and I don't want to get all wet on the floor because I'm a little high maintenance. It's a little blanket, so as you can see. So I can use it to sit down, have a picnic. If I needed to use the restroom, I think I'm a little modest. I think I might cover myself up. I don't know. But anyway, so it's like a little blanket. I like it super, super, super lightweight. And as you saw, like it folds very, very compact. I'm not going to try to refold that right now because I take forever for those things. I just have to get some practice. I'm sure most people don't do that. So that's for the elements. So talking about using the restroom outdoors, there's this thing that I keep reading everywhere. People swear by this. I saw a lot of videos on the Camino, and it is called a Kula cloth. So this is to wipe. So instead of using like tissue paper and then having to carry a bag with that dirty stuff, I mean, if you have to, you have to, but I'm trying to avoid that, and I don't want to litter. So they say that you can use this and you wipe it. It's antimicrobial. And so you just kind of hang it off the back of your backpack and let it dry. At the end of the day, you just kind of wash it with soap and water or detergent, however you want to do it. And then it just hangs dry. So I'm going to give that a try. In addition to that, doing some more research, and so I found this thing that says you can pee discreetly. it shows both men and women, but I think this is kind of geared more to females. You kind of just don't want to drop your pants. So on this one, lifetime warranty. It's by Human Gear. It's pee without toilet. So apparently, I get to try this, but I thought I'd bring it and give it a try. You kind of put it together. Again, probably not as complicated as I make it out to be. So we snap, and then you're supposed to like kind of unzip your pants, and then you're supposed to slide it in, and you kind of pee like a boy. So the whole idea is that it just kind of streams forward, no mess. But then again, there's that wiping issue and then cleaning this. So I don't know, like maybe throw some water on it, and again, you can also hang this from your backpack and let it dry. And at the end of the day, wash it through. So it just depends on how modest you want to be. I don't know. We now need things to pee outside. I didn't really need assisted items, but I am a little modest. So that's one. On the bathroom issue, I use for travel good wipes a lot. I really enjoy good wipes. The only products from Lumi that I like are their body wipes, but technically I usually get the good wipes. They just didn't have in stock right now, so I ordered some Lumis, and I've enjoyed these, but I do prefer the good wipes. These are the Feminine Rose Water flushable wipes, but they also have like a full body sheet wipe, and I really, really enjoy these. I got some tissues from the hotel, actually. I was missing tissues. And then I brought some garbage bags. So these are kind of like, they're similar to the like doggy bags, but you get like those little trash bags that you buy for like $1 at the Dollar Tree. I put a couple of them in here. So in case, you know, nature calls and you kind of have to do a little extra out there, I can dispose of it properly. They do have shovels and all these things, but I don't know, use a stick too. But anyways, some things you want to rough it, sometimes you just want to be overly prepared. I try not to even go in public restrooms, so this is going to be like an emergency purpose only. But definitely something, you know, I am high maintenance in terms of hygiene, so butt wipes. I like them. Butts deserve better. All right, so that is my hygiene tab. I'm just going to go with things that are closest to me. This one is for hydration. Also on the airplane, I tend to use electrolytes and liquid IV. So these are, I'm horrible on plastic. I don't know what I'm doing with the environment. But these are liquid IVs, hydration multipliers. So they have electrolytes. There's this lemon lime flavor. Makes me feel hydrated, and it takes away that brain fog that sometimes you know you're dehydrated. I bought this in Mercadona in Madrid. It is magnesium with vitamins B1, B6, B12. And what you do is you dissolve this, it's like orange flavored, in a cup of water. So I started using these as well. I'm probably over magnesium and B12 between this and vitamins, which I'll show you later. But again, I suffer from a lot of cramps. I'm not a young chicken anymore. I'm not, you know, pretty having a birthday on this trip. So magnesium helps me sleep, helps my cramps, B12, energy level, and all the weight. So yeah, so I didn't bring like the heavy duty bottles I usually have, but this should be enough to kind of like, in addition to some of the creams I have, just have SPF. You know, face, arms, whatever's visible. I don't think there'll be much because I'm kind of cold right now. So brought that. On this, I had this from previous trips that I've taken in terms of like usually for cruises or the beach, to protect my phone. So if I'm on one of those hikes that are horrible storms or rain, which I might run into early on, and I need to GPS and look at my phone, I can just stick it in here and just kind of navigate. So I brought that. It's thin, so it just smushes in. This, I'm going to show you in the pictures what it really looks like. So this is like a little cylinder it rolls into. And what it is a backpack. So this is the brand Seat to Summit, which I have their dry bags for my clothes. I wanted a tote bag. So I usually have like a little foldable bag that I bring to Spain to go to the supermarket. But this time I kind of wanted something that closed and then I could throw on, maybe if I'm not with my backpack at the time, if I go to the supermarket, I'll throw over a shoulder. And so it is a like little backpack, and it's supposedly very durable. So like even though it's so thin, like it's really stitched in there well, like double stitched on the bottom. So I think you can probably get a lot of use out of this. I've heard good things about these products, so I'm looking forward. I already used it today at the supermarket. So inside here, this little hip pack, it's empty. So you see it's got 2 compartments that stretch out. Let's see it there. There we go. 2 stretchable compartments. So I decided, not in this particular order, but I'll just show you. I have a charger. It is a charger that you just kind of put the iPhone on. Put that one in here. I have my wallet, which I ended up getting a Chums, which I wanted anyways because I like to go to the beach, and I thought this is a cute little wallet. So I put cash on one side and then my credit cards on the other. And I put the AirTag on it, which I was going to attach it to the bag. You probably could. So just keep playing. I'm still playing with how I want to organize things, but you know, for the most part, it's in there. I did bring a rosary. So when I'm using this, I can clip onto my bag on the side if I'm walking with it, or if I sit down and I just want to like, just make sure I don't lose the bag. Rosary, it's the color of the Jubilee. So this is what the Jubilee year, that's what it is. We're in the year of the Jubilee, every 25, right? So then I brought it with me. It's super lightweight, which is funny because my mom was like, you need a lightweight rosary. I'm like, yeah, this one's really light. So usually your beads are a lot heavier. I have like stone beads. I have a lot of different types of rosaries. I really enjoy it. I recommend it if you're looking for some kind of way to pray a little easier, or not necessarily easier, but just a guide. It becomes monotonous, and in that monotony is where I think you get a little bit of the answers that you're looking for, maybe some calm and peace. So I do have a rosary, full rosary, not my short little ones, sometimes I have bracelet ones, but brought that one. And again, these are going inside the little compartments. And I probably could have done better with my case for my AirPods, but this is the travel case that I have for work. And again, last minute, I probably could have gotten this down to a little bit less weight. Every ounce does matter, but this is what I had, so that's what is in here. And again, if I take it out, I can clip it. I always have clips on things because again, I lose them sometimes inside my bags. So this is a bag that I've used again in the past. Cruises, beach, things like that. It's waterproof to keep your documents or whatever it is that you want to keep. So I have in here, I'm going to add some stuff now, is my passport. I took it out of my leather case that I have because it's lighter. I have my crew ID because I fly for free. So I have that in here. And inside of this, I got my credential, my pilgrim credential today. So this is really cool. I got it at the Catedral de San Salvador here in Oviedo. And I got my first stamp, which is right there, to get me started. I think I get 2 stamps a day. So it kind of did me a favor and I stamped it for Friday so then I could just continue on and get my second stamp for that day. Not cheating. It's just there's so many people that come through here. It's better that you get it earlier than later. Maybe I'll do a thing about like the prayer and everything later. But anyways, I want to keep this dry because I want to get it stamped. I got to get it stamped twice a day until I reach Santiago de Compostela so I can get the Compostela, which is the certificate for completion. You know, for peace of mind that you can accomplish something that you set your mind to. So I love that it fits perfectly. I had that in mind when I was thinking of using this bag, which is why I got a bigger backpack. So I was looking around today, just kind of walking the shops. It was rainy. And I happened to go into this Christian or religious bookstore. And they actually had this for €3. It's kind of cute. It's just as light as my moleskin one. And it shows Peregrino, La Concha de Santiago, you know, and it's cute. It's fits with the theme. So I have my little journal, and I'll probably end up putting it in here too. I'll just put it in now just to see how it fits. I think it fits. I hope it fits. Maybe I should do this later. Oh no, it does. So that, yeah, good, it worked. So my plan worked. So all of this will stay in here, and that way it will stay dry. So then I just, like, remember I said I just throw things in here. That's kind of what I liked about it. It's malleable. It's not as stiff as the other ones. So I got my concha. So here it is. I'm going to hang this on the back of my backpack, and it'll identify me as a peregrino. So it's pretty cool. So it's got the Cruz de Santiago. Here it is. So it actually really is a shell. So because there's so many people coming on these hikes, they're trying to, help the environment a little bit, not take all the shells out. So what they're doing is they're also giving patches. So they sell them around. So I even got like a little patch that I'll probably stitch to my backpack. But this is my first one, so I did get the shell. So I'm gonna hang it off the back. If I do it again, maybe I'll just get another patch, depending on what Camino I do. I think I will do it again because, like I said before, I just shopped what was good quality and good reviews, and if it works, they do have kind of a hefty price tag, and so what I keep noticing is that this stuff lasts forever. Like the wool shirts, as long as you wash them properly, I should be able to maybe do some future hikes. I don't know, hoping to be inspired. Let's see how this first one goes though. This isn't a tambilla. I just happen to have this here because I just bought it today. It's like €1. And it's the Virgen de Covadonga, and it's her hymno and a little charm of hers inside. So I'll just pop that in my wallet. So anyways, that was off topic, but here is the fanny pack. That's it. It goes in the front, and it's thin straps, so it doesn't interfere with the hip strap of my backpack. I just brought the little attachment piece that comes out of a lot of universal kind of international chargers. It just kind of pops right out. So that's what I'm using. And I just kind of try to rotate my stuff. So like as I'm sitting here, like I'll go and, change over and make sure that everything's properly charged for the next day. I'm usually really good about that. I don't like to be without charge because I like to have something in case of emergencies. Okay, toiletries. You can use all kinds of bags. I just happened, because all of my bags are more conducive to products that I take on regular trips, I decided to get another bag. This bag had a purpose to it. I had tried a Matador one, but it looked like one of those dry bags, and it had like the clip. That wasn't going to work for the amount of stuff that I have. Again, high maintenance. So this is, I believe it's an REI one. Yeah, just from the store, REI, so it's a little cheaper. I think it was on sale, so it was one of those things that I did find on sale. Very few, but some. So I have here, it can, you can hook something to the bottom of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the soap pack and my little towel. So I'll show you what that looks like. The soap pack I did buy, again, I just, last minute, just started getting things that are tested and tried and true. This is tried and true. It is a soap carrier. Some would call it a luxury. Well, I like to protect my soap. So this is the all-in-one peppermint Dr. Bronner's, which I've used the gel for years, just because I like the peppermint feel. So this is the bar of soap, and it'll go inside here if it's a full bar of soap. And then you just want to make sure it's as dry as possible. And even if it stays a little wet, this can hang off the back of your backpack. Show you it kind of rolls and then clips. And then you can just hang it off the back of that and let it dry during the day, maybe during your hike, if you don't want soggy soap. But I thought it was pretty cool. I just used my soap now and it dried pretty well. I just stuck it in here and you just hold. Pretty cool. So I can kind of clip it into this little hole. So it's going to be like this, and then I can use that this hook. Where's the hook? Let's get all this stuff away. not the most organized person sometimes. Sometimes I am. So we're going to, and then I can hook that here. And so if I'm in the bathroom, I can just hook it and all this falls. And then on top of that, here we go. This is where we get probably too much things. But I compared to this male hiker, and a lot of the stuff in here was very similar. Maybe I just have like 1 or 2 extra things, but it seemed to be standard. Most people bring deodorant. I do like deodorant. So this one's just one I buy in Spain, Lactobit. It's a liquid one, and I had already used like half of it. So I figured, let me just finish it off. I'm sure there's other smaller versions, more compact. I had it, so I like it. Feels refreshing. And so the other thing was the towel. This was like a big debate. I can also hang the towel off the bottom. So a lot of people swear by large towels, small towels. I went with the small towel only because even though I'm staying at Vegas, there are opportunities where they either provide a towel or you can rent one for like €2. And like I said, I'm just going all in. So I think I might just take advantage of that. So this is funny. So this is the little clasp. And this is how tiny this towel is. Again, another one of those rolling into small item. Here's the towel. So as a flight attendant, honestly, there's times that you end up drying yourself with paper towels, or you throw a small washcloth into your bag because you don't want to carry a lot, or you don't know if it's going to dry. And now they have all these great towels. So now I actually have a full size, kind of not a microfiber, but it's like a camping towel that it flattens into a square. It's got a little zip case. So I use that in my bag if I have to have a towel. I always say if you have privacy and water, you can get clean. But I have dried myself with something this size before. So for me, I kind of got this down. I think being a flight attendant kind of prepared me for parts of this in terms of compact. Minimizing, 50-50 depending on what products or what topic we're talking about. But I brought the small one because I also have plotted in every 3 days, I think, I stay in my own hotel room. So last minute planning and also the season dictated it because even if I wanted to stay in Vegas the whole time, I could not because some of them are closed on the different sections. So I'd either have to backtrack or hike forward, which I mean, hike forward, you're lucky I'm getting to the next phase. So I can't double a hike. So I, happy medium. Sometimes I'll have hotel rooms, I'll feel a little bit more spoiled. And sometimes, I'm just going to have to, do what I have to. So, brush. I had this in my work bag. So it came with me. I need a soft brush and then I need a comb. But I would much rather a rolling brush. But that's asking too much. Or maybe not. Maybe they have them out there. But a little comb. Again, had it at home. A couple hair ties. I have hair ties everywhere. I'll show you. I like to clean my ears. So some Q-tips. Clean your ear with a toothpick. I got this free. It was my birthday gift from Sephora. I went to buy foundation. Yes, I bought foundation because it has SPF and it's one of my little luxuries that I did bring. It's a little container. It's a sample container that we dropped it into. But anyways, it's my birthday month, so I got this free mask. So I brought it because it's tiny, compact, and I like the feel of it at night. I had a shave gel from one of the NH hotels that I stay at my job, so I threw it in with my small portable razor that usually has a plastic case over it, but I took the plastic case off and just took the razor. Again, I have all these bags, but it works for me. Also, I love Vicks, so I have the vapor inhaler. My sinuses get the best of me, and a little dental floss because you gotta stay healthy. My Brio, which is my inhaler for my asthma. And then on the side, there's like a little, my toothpaste and toothbrush. And then there's like a little slipcase, so that a lot of that stuff went into this little slipcase inside. And a couple more products that are in there. Again, this might be a lot for most people, but I was willing to carry it. I have little Matador cases, which, yes, I gave into buying. They are super sleek and compact. And when I was comparing the weight between like a travel bottle and this, huge difference. Even my silicone ones that I have in my bag, I think this is going to be definitely part of this hike kit that just lightweight. And you get a lot in there. So this is supposed to be 3 ounces, but you don't really, if you think about it, you don't use 3 ounces always of all your products, depending on what they are, but some of them you don't. So this is shampoo. I have my hair shorter, so I don't use a lot. A little goes a long way. So I have shampoo. And then one of my little luxuries is a leave-in conditioner. So I brought a leave-in conditioner that I also, it was like a heat protectant conditioner. I forgot what it's called. But anyway, so, you know, when I have a hair dryer almost every couple of days, that's to keep me from looking like a lioness. Then my third pack that comes in the pack, oh, it's wet because I was just using it. It is a soak detergent. It's called Soak. It is citrus flavored or scented. And don't eat this. And so what it is for the wool. So I know that in the albergues they probably have detergent. Sometimes they have it. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's for purchase. So I bought it just to keep my stuff. You know, if I'm investing in a product, you got to invest in the care. So I brought it, and it's like a little teaspoon goes a long way. I probably have more than I'm going to use, but for now, you know, I filled it up. And it's for a lot of my clothing is wool. So I'll soak it for 15 minutes. You rinse, you don't have to rinse it. You just exprimirlo, strain it or squeeze it, whatever, get the water out. And so then we just hang it. So that's what's going on now. So I did my travel undies and my socks right now, and they're hanging in the bathroom. So my first day of giving it a try. I like hygiene. Hair tying, little rubber hair tying. It's super lightweight. One of the creams that I have, it's just a body cream that I buy in Spain. And it's a little container that I already have. Then a little container that I also already had. I put some face cream because this is not so much vanity. It's just pure hydration. It's really dry here. And it's cold still. So that chapped feeling of the wind and everything, it's just going to be really uncomfortable. You don't want to have cracked skin. You don't want to be uncomfortable. You know, you want to be as comfortable as you can be so you can focus on why you're here. Which that sounds weird because it's a little bit of luxury, but I just want to be healthy. So the medical, I'm going to go into my sleep bag. So I separate. I have 3 dry bags: 8 liter, 5 liter, and 5 liter, and 3 liter. I think I did that right. And they're dry bags because even though my backpack is kind of repellent and I have this cover, you know, you just want to make sure you keep everything as dry as you can. So in here, I do have, well, sleep I'm already wearing part of it. So I'm wearing merino wool leggings and merino wool top, merino wool bra, which is actually this one. So this is really good. And super comfy. So I got a gray one and I got a black one. And my undies are in the other one. So, because I'm wearing a pair and I have a pair drying. So I'll show you the next pack. But anyway, so in my sleep pack, this is what I call my sleep pack, I put a clean bra. It's the first day, so I'm still wearing my this will be in there, my leggings will be in there, and a fresh pair of underwear, and things that I use at night. So I bought, I'm not going to open this right now because it's like another thing I have to repack. And since I'm in a hotel, I'm not using it. It's a sleep liner. So basically it's called the Friendly Swede. I got it at Amazon. And everybody talks about bed bugs and the albergues because the albergues are places that are communal sleeping areas. So you have like bunk beds. And I think it's more on the Camino Frances where you come into contact with bed bugs and stuff like that from what I was looking at. the Camino Primitivo, I guess if you do the municipal ones, you might come into contact it, and maybe some hotels. But for the most part, I didn't really read a lot about anybody having any issues. And a lot of the albergues that I'm going to are private. Not that they're like, gosh, they're actually like 20 euro, 18 euro. But the municipal sometimes go from like 7, 8 euro to 10 euro, or sometimes they're donativos where you donate. So I'm in a okay situation. I first time traveling alone. I have sometimes a little anxiety, sometimes a little apprehension, but I just wanted to make sure I was safe. And it just happens that on the Primitivo, there are limited options. So it's not even that the decision was really forcing me that I could go to the higher end or not. It's just that's what was there. So they're private albergues, the ones that I'm going to, that are open. The municipal ones, actually, some of them are closed because it's still beginning the season. So anyways, all of that to tell you that the ones that I'm going to, when I've read the reviews, they're like recently renovated and they're known to be very clean, and they give you fresh sheets or disposable sheets. So hopefully I won't run into too much of a problem, but to be on the safe side, I did bring the sleep liner because you just never know. Like I said, even hotels you come to and you're like, oh, you know what? I didn't realize it was this little shady. So shady, I said. So friendly suite. So it's a silk liner. It's got a little insert. It's pretty wide, actually. It's like a twin size, but like an extra large twin. And then it's got an insert at the top so I can put the pillow underneath it. And then I have, in my little sleep bag, I have a lavender spray that I get from Bath and Body Works that I like. And I use it in the crew bunk beds on the plane. They say it does help ward off bed bugs. And it smells nice and relaxing. And it's one of those little things that kind of just make you feel good. So for me, I like lavender. It doesn't bother me, but other scents do. So I switched it into a little travel, because even though it was a travel size, it's a little heavier. So my little plastic bottle is a little lighter. So I threw it in there, and then now I'll go in my sleep bag. So all I have to do in the alberga is kind of this hooks. I can also hang that off my hook. And I can take this in my toiletry bag into the restroom, and then I have everything there. So then I have, here's my mess, my nasal sprays and my eye drops. I need them. Can't breathe without them. And then I threw in here, I don't always have to take my nighttime allergy pill, but with some Zyzal. We'll see how I do, but that I take it at night. So again, part of my sleep time. I normally can sleep through anything. I don't really bother me noise. I just kind of get on my side. It's like my button, go to sleep. So I have earplugs that I got from Delta over the years and a sleep mask. I should say, not medicine, but kind of first aid, medicine, vitamins. This is my healthy bag. So I have a pack of Compeeds, which are the like foot plasters or Band-Aids for blisters. So I don't have the best feet, but I try to keep them manicured and whatnot. I do get like blisters. I am prone to that. Apparently, if you get the right shoes and get the right socks, you should be okay on this. But I'm not a hiker. I don't know. So this is all experimental. So they have these in the pharmacies in Spain. Again, I just don't want to just be shopping and going. I mean, you throw me into one store and that's just a slippery slope. I'm going to end up in all of them. So I brought my own Compeeds. I brought some Band-Aids, a little bit of gauze, some burn cream, Neosporin, and Sting, like a Sting wipe. Joe was adamant that I had to bring all this because, if it's going to happen, it's probably happened to me. So so I did. Like, a lot of people, like, they carry, like, one Band-Aid. I got a little bit more. Prednisone, because if I get, like, really an asthma attack, then that'll stop it. Personal products, because you never know when that sneaks up on you, and I do like liners. So that's what that is. And then another fresh, brand new Ventolin, because the other one is in my hip pack. And so if for some reason I lose it, I drop it, I mean, who knows? I got another one inside my backpack. So that's important because I can't breathe without that. At least in an emergency. Okay, this is where it gets weird. Most people do not need all of this. Vitamins. People say you just pee them out. I don't know, but I feel better with them. So there's a variety of multivitamin, which pretty much takes care of everything. Some omegas, probiotics, B12s, magnesium. I'm drinking it, but I'm probably going to be over magnesium now. D3 because I am low in D. So again, so these are just like, again, this is personal stuff, like depending on the person. These are not heavy, but the ounces do add up. But I'm going to be taking them every day, so whatever. And for me, I like them. Sometimes I get acidez, the old age, I don't know, comes. I mean, it seems like a lot, but sometimes I just be popping them. But, you know, there's a lot of chorizo on this, you know, a little bit too greasy for me sometimes. I'm trying to stay away from that, but just in case. I don't want to be in the middle of the night like a volcano burning inside of my esophagus. So, again, I'm not a hiker. So I'm kind of like not a Tylenol person or like pain medication. I kind of just put my little Thai oil and call it a day. But I brought Tylenol, so extra strength Tylenol. I do like to always, when I travel, carry these things, which are Imodium, Sudafed, and one thing, an Alka-Seltzer. Remember, like acid reflux kind of thing. That's just me. I like to always have them, and I carry always like one Mucinex until I can get to a pharmacy and get more. But the Sudafed's a big deal for me because of the flying and the sinus pressure. So allergies, sinus pressure, they're all in the same family. So that's what I do. So I put that all into this pack, and I'll show you later when it's all packed up again. And that is my first aid vitamins. Some clothing. So, like I said, my sleep outfit for every night, or if I have to be around the albergue in public or step out to the store. I mean, I guess I could get away with leggings and this. I have, you can mix match. This is the fun part, mix and matching your clothing. I had already Merrell walking sandals that I had bought on sale, really cheap, in Seattle on a layover. And I really like them, and they're really comfortable. And they say that you should, the hiking experts, say you should rest your feet. So at night when I take off my shoes that I'm going to show you, you know, in the summertime, I guess it would make more sense, but I can also wear them with socks. Joe loves that. So I can wear them with socks and put them there. So either way. And then, so that's a little bit of weight on your pack though. So if you can get them a little bit more lightweight, it's probably better. That's what I had. That's what I brought. These are shower shoes. And these shower shoes are at Amazon. So obviously there's two. And so this one, you just kind of fold it up. And again, me building things on camera is never a good thing. And then you slide them through. And so they're like little dunks. So I've seen people just walk around with these on the videos. A lot of maintenance. So these are my shower shoes or the albergue. If I want to go walking outside, those are super comfortable. I'm not happy if my feet aren't happy. So again, preferences on what you're willing to carry. These are merino wool blend socks from Darn Tough. I actually happen to have a couple of these already, so that was nice. But these are new ones because they're cushiony. So I wore these to travel with nylon compressions from work that I usually wear, like just black ones, because they say it's better to wear like a silk sock underneath the wool, and then you don't get blisters because it's rubbing against the silkiness of the nylon. So they actually have socks for that. So I guess a lot of hikers wear two. So they wear these over that type of silk liner. So that weighs nothing, so I just wear those to travel. And then I have my ones that I'll be hiking with in here. So the 8-pound dry bag, or not 8-pound, 8-liter dry bag from seat to summit. And you can just like compress the air out of it later. And so a couple things on the sock. topic. So you can use those liners. You can also use the lamb's wool. This weighs like nothing. So it came 2 in a pack on Amazon. So I got, I brought them up because I don't know what I'm gonna do. And what you do is you take off the wool. It looks like a cotton, like long pieces of cotton. And you just kind of go weaving them around your toes. And then you can either put the silk liner, the satin, whatever, the first sock on, and then put the other sock on. Or you can just, some people just put the lamb's wool and then they put the sock on. So whatever your preference. I think I might just try both because to see, just to make sure that I protect them from the rubbing, the friction of your rubbing your toes, so you don't get any blisters. I'm terrified of getting blisters because, I mean, I think that'll just kind of break your Camino because you're not going to want to Camino. This is the REI brand liner. So they're really thin. So you wear this and then this. But here's the thing. The short ones are my ones that I traveled with and the ones that I wear at the albergue at night. This with these, which are compressions, is what I wear hiking. So I need compression socks and stockings. I have some circulation problems in my legs and it's swelling, and I, after walking, and I notice that when I wear compressions and I walk the cities or on my layovers, I feel great. My legs feel rested, they don't feel achy. You're still, you get a little swelling just from traveling, but nothing to the extent that, looks like I need medical attention. So I'm trying these out. These are Sockwells. They're merino, again, merino wool. The merino wool thing is because it's supposed to not smell, so you can reuse them when you're gonna stink. So I guess I'm learning that you do a lot of reusing unless you can wash them and dry them in time, which came into the debate of how many you're supposed to bring. So I was between bringing 3 and 4 socks, and then I realized that every ounce matters. So I settled on 3 actual socks. So my short ones, another compression, and then I tie them with my hairband. So this is compression, short socks. Those are the 3 socks. And then liners. Yeah, I gotta be extra. I have those nylon compressions that I just had from work. These. And then these are toe ones, which are weird. Joe hates them, but I think they're okay. I tried them on. So they go in. It's supposed to also help for the rubbing. So I have a couple options in terms of, it seems like a lot, right? A couple options in terms of what's going to be comfortable for hiking and what's not. I mean, this is all new to me, so we're just going to have to test it. Ergo why I'm doing the video. Let's see what worked and what didn't work. All right, so this is a Terramana. That's the tequila. This is Terramar, not tequila. It is also a merino wool turtleneck, and the turtleneck folds down depending on what you need. So this is super comfy. It's 2.0, which I think is for a little bit colder temperatures. I like that they rate their stuff and they show you, like, how it'll do. Like, supposedly it's supposed to be good in both cold and hot, but it'll tell you, like, it's a little bit more coverage. So it probably does better in the colder than hotter. But again, apparently you can use it in both. Same brand, Derraman, is what I traveled with, was a merino wool t-shirt. So that's what this is. I have it inside out. No. I tell sometimes with some of the oats, it's the gray color. No, that's right. Right there. So, t-shirt. Washes well, dries fast. And then my pants are a little bit of a splurge. So they're Arctics. So ARCTERYX. So they're the Gamma pants. No, Gamma? No, that was another brand that I had. Which ones are these? I don't know, art tricks. Anyways, so these are, I'm gonna have to put this like inside a comment or something, but I don't know if I'm gonna do a comment, but anyways, I'll tell you guys later. So it's got a side pocket and 2 pockets and a pocket on the bottom. Lightweight, slim, looks like I'm wearing like nice pants out. It's a fitted feel, stretchy, wind resistant. A lot of climbers use it for like mountain climbing. It's really what I think it was designed for because it doesn't have a belt, so it's fairly smooth, so you can put like belts over. So it doesn't bother me like the hip belt on the backpack, which is what I liked about it. And then the fit, they weren't bulky. All the other pants for hiking were really bulky. And to do a multiple day hike with bulky pants, I just couldn't take it. And then they're super, super lightweight. So again, a little more pricey, but I don't know, I think it'll make up for it in the pack because I wore these to travel and I'll probably use them for a couple days hiking, but I'll probably use them more so at night and maybe for a couple days, like on lighter days, hiking. Then I have a fleece, a Patagonia fleece. So that's that. I think I got this one on sale. So I'm doing layers. So I came with the t-shirt, the fleece, and the black pants, and the short socks. As it gets colder, today I had to add on top of the fleece. Seems redundant to people, but they're super light items, which means they're packable. So I got this Cotopaxi, another name brand. Somebody reviewed it and said it was really great. So it's buildable, so it's got a thin, I could probably wear this in Florida on a colder day. So I also wanted to be able to reuse my stuff. So this is, it's got a little hoodie and it stretches right on top of your head for a little small head. It's really comfortable. I just wore it over, walked outside because it's getting down to the 40s and 30s and it's rainy. Having this made me super warm, so I believe in layering. One more. Some people might find it excessive. Some people use a poncho. I wanted a rain jacket. So my splurge. So Patagonia, really, really well reviewed. So I got it, worn it out today. I liked it. Pockets, zip, drawstring for my hoodie because my hoodie is always falling off because I have a small head. So it kind of tightens it up so it just fits right over. I really enjoyed it. So I've already used it today. And it was really helpful. So I really liked it. Then we have my shoes, Ultra trail runners. So trail runners because you're going through you're not like hiking in the woods the whole time. You're kind of going through up and down different types of terrain, pavement, harder surfaces, rocky surfaces. So trail runners. I've never really liked dark like sneakers like this, but they grow on you. So, and the teal again, I'm like matchy, but they're super, super comfortable because they have like a wider kind of foot area here. And so it's a little wider. There's another one that I think these are Lone Peak style. There's another one that has them a little bit wider, but I felt like my feet were swimming. I don't know if I'm going to regret not getting those that were a little bit wider because your feet swell as you walk, but I guess I'll find out. So far, these feel really, really comfortable from the get-go. It's like didn't really have time to break them in, and it felt like I didn't really need to, but I mean, I'll find out soon. But they were a little bit more narrow than the other ones because they're known for having a wide footbed there, but hopefully I won't regret not getting the other one. Let's hope that these work. So we'll see. I'm getting really tired. I didn't do this as professional as I wanted to do it. But this is what it is. So this is all my stuff. I'm mainly doing it for friends and family. We'll see if it all works at the end. We'll look at it again and maybe I'll just review it all over again and see what worked and what didn't, and if I survived carrying it all for all those days. So I start on the 14th. I finish on the 29th. That's 15 days, 15 to 16, right? And we're gonna see if I don't get weak and send my stuff ahead. I'm hoping to pack it and just keep it on me at all times.